Hi everyone and welcome back to the course. So in this video we will create the success and the cancel pages for our purchase Stripe app, and also I want some style so your application can be user friendly so the users can purchase your content. So firstly I'll go back to our index.html file and I'll add some CSS here so our app is a little more presentable. So just under the title, let's write style, okay, and here I'll add the CSS. So first let's design the body of our application, so let's do body, and here I will define what fonts I want my app to have. So let's do font dash family, and let's write here Helvetica, which is a font style, new, and then sans serif, okay, so this is your font. Next, let's do centering of our application so it can be displayed in the middle of the screen. So let's do container and let's do width will be 80% of the screen, and also I want some margin which is going to be auto. Then let's design the table, so I will do table, okay, so let's do width 80%, border dash collapse, now I'll do here collapse, then let's do text align and let's align it in the center, and then let's choose margin top will be 50 pixels, okay, and actually I will do the width and I will extend it to the full width of the screen. Now let's do the background color and the padding for the table headers. So let's do table th, okay, let's do here padding 20 pixels, background color will be DDD, which is sort of grayish color as you can see, and then let's add border bottom width, so I will do border bottom, the width will be 1 pixel, a solid border, and I want it black, okay. Then let's design the table calls, so I will do again table td, and here the padding will be 20 pixels, the border bottom will be 1 pixel, solid, and again I write DDD so it's a grayish color on the background. Now let's design the submit button, so I will do form input and let's define the type, so let's do type equals to submit, so let's do border radius 25 pixels, the border color will be a shade of green, so I will just paste this color here, then the background color will be white, I will do padding of 10 and 20 pixels, let's do no border, the cursor will be pointer since we want to change the cursor when we click the button, and then I will add outline to none. Of course you can choose your own style if you have experience with CSS and create your own design of the application. This will not change the functionality, but it will make it way more presentable. So let's also define what we will see when the user hover over the button. We want its color to change slightly, so let's do that. So let's do form input and then the type will be submit, let's do comb hover, okay, and then let's do background color. So when we hover over the button, I will change the background color to this one, which is a little more darker shade of green. And then let's do H1, and this is how we're going to design our headers. So let's do text align, center, margin on the top will be 100 pixels, and then let's do finally the font size of 36 pixels. Okay, let's save that. And this is how our HTML file looks like. I also noticed that here I did a small typo. Instead of border color, it's actually a background color for our button, right? And then go down, and here where we have the TRs for the product, price and order, let's change that to TH because we want those fields to be the headers of our folder. Okay, let's change that and save it. So if you go back to the PyCharm, this is how our complete HTML file looks like, about 80 lines of code. And so let's run the application and see the result. Okay, so our application now looks way more presentable. We have all of our items listed as well as the buttons in this grayish color, and they also get darker when we hover over them. Now the final step is to create the cancel and the success pages. So let's go to templates and create two more files. So let's do HTML file and I'll call it cancel, okay, and then let's create another one and it will be called success. So as I said, those pages will be pretty simple. What you need to simply do is in the head add Stripe and Flask demo, okay, so this will be the title of the page, so we don't change the title, and then let's do H1 and let's write the same thing. So this page shouldn't be that fancy, it will just identify that our transaction was successful. So let's do P for paragraph, and then let's do thank you for your order, and then let's do another paragraph, and then let's add here an href with a backslash. Okay, so it sends us to home. Let's do here home. Okay, so this will be a reference to send us to the home of our application once we successfully purchased something. Now everything will be exactly the same for the cancel page, so I will just copy and paste this. The only difference would be that here it will be written your order was cancelled. Okay, so those are the two pages, guys, that you need. And now let's rerun the application and see if everything works as expected. So here is your application, and let's try to order something. So let's order the Flask Mega Tutorial. If I press order now, we will be sent to the Stripe checkout page, as you can see. And once the user selects the pay button, then he or she will either be able to purchase the product or not. You can see that this page looks very professional, and this is something that is built from Stripe and it's integrated. So this is something that you can either display in a page or in a pop-up window, which is how we're actually going to do it for your OpenAI application. And you can see that, for example, if I click pay here, it asks me to fill my payment information. And so if I click here this back button, we will go to our cancel page, right? And here you can see the home button. So if I click on it, I will go back to the payment page. And the same is if I click on the other product. So you see the price of the product, and this is actually something that we designed, right? And here the interesting thing is that you not only see the price and the name of the product, but also you can choose now the quantity. So if I click here, I can increase this quantity. And you can see that if the quantity is higher than 4, which is exactly what we wrote in our Python application, then you get this warning here that you cannot purchase more than 4 items. If I update that, you can see that the price increases to $800, which is what you would expect. So that was everything I wanted to share with you for this section, guys. Now you're completely able to add payments to your application and receive the money in your Stripe account. And if you do the complete setup and you set your application, you'll also be able to see your revenue and also withdraw the money that the users pay to you. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next section.